Hello students, hope you are all doing good. In the previous class we discussed about structure of an atom. In today's class we shall discuss about a new concept, classification of elements, periodic table. Classification of elements, periodic table. Now, in structure of atom we discussed what are the quantum numbers related to electrons, etc. Now, in this topic we shall discuss about periodic classification of elements. Now, before going to the chapter, whenever you go to a supermarket or whenever you go to a medical shop, when you ask for a medicine, the medical shop person will give you the tablets without much difficulty. Similarly, if you go to a supermarket, you will see that all soaps are put together, all grains are put together, so that you can it is easy for you to shop. In case had you mixed the materials, it would be very difficult for you to choose. Similarly, the scientists, as new elements were discovered, they wanted to classify the elements into certain groups so that it is easy to remember their properties and compounds, because of which we study periodic classification of elements. So, before going to this, Robert Boyle stated that element is a material which cannot be classified further either by using physical process or by chemical process. During his time, only 13 elements were known, and during 18th century 11 more elements were added to the list of elements. Now, during 1865 63 elements were known, and during the 19th century 91 natural elements plus 17 synthetic elements that are prepared in the lab were known. By now you have more than 115 elements known, and the first classification was based on metals and non-metals. You have studied in your 8th standard about metals and non-metals. The very first classification was based on metals and non-metals. Whichever were metals were fitted into one group, whichever were non-metals were fitted into another group. But there were some materials which had properties of both metals and non-metals. They are called metalloids or they are called semi-metals. For example, silicon. These are called semi-metals or metalloids. They have the properties of both metals and non-metals. And Louis Prost, a scientist called Louis Prost, said that hydrogen is the building material for all the materials. For all the elements, hydrogen is the building element. This is what he said. Now, the first ever classification was given by Dobereiner. Dobereiner said that he took three elements having similar properties. He took three elements having similar chemical properties and called them as triads. For example, lithium, sodium, potassium. He took three elements having similar chemical properties and he arranged them in such a way that the average of the atomic weights of the first and the third element will give you the second element's atomic weight. That is, the atomic weight of the middle element is the average of first and the third element. This is how he took three elements and arranged them. He called these elements, this arrangement, as a triad. Because three elements are put together, he called it as a triad. So, he could arrange some elements, lithium, sodium, potassium, and some more he added to the list like this. First one is lithium, sodium, potassium. Now, if you can see the atomic weight of lithium and potassium, let us take the average of the atomic weight of lithium and potassium, 7 plus 39 by 2, that is 46 by 2, which is 23. So, 23 is the atomic weight of sodium. Like that he took some groups of elements and he arranged. But the drawback of Dauberenian triad was he could not arrange all the elements known in the form of triads. Next is this failed for very low mass elements and very high mass elements. Fluorine, if you take the triad fluorine, chlorine and bromine. Chlorine is not the chlorine and bromine. If you take the atomic weight of chlorine is not the average of fluorine and bromine. So this is a drawback. Moreover, when the new techniques were developed to find the atomic weights, the atomic weight was exactly not coming to be the average of the first and the last element. So this model, this classification failed. Now the next classification was put forth by a scientist called Newland. What Newland did is, he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights. When he arranged the elements in the increasing order of their atomic weights, he got 7 groups. He got 7 groups of elements which he arranged or horizontally. The properties of these elements are in such a way that the elements present in the same group have similar properties. The element present in a group have similar chemical properties. That is how Newland arranged. This theory is called, Newland's theory is called theory of octaves. The reason why it is called theory of octaves is every first element resembles the 8th element. For example, here you have an element, let us say this is x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7, x8. Every x1 element properties were similar to that of x8. Now, the properties of x2 were similar to that of x9. So, every 8th element starting from the first element would have similar chemical properties. This is how he arranged, and we call this theory as Newland's theory of octaves, because in Sarigama Padanisa, Sa is repeating again, Sarigama Padanisa, Sa is repeating again. So that is why, because every 8th element was resembling the first element, this theory is called Newland theory of octaves. He took the basis of the musical notes to arrange these elements. Now, this theory also, this classification also has got drawbacks, because at some places 2 elements were fitted in a slot. Only one element should be there in a slot, but at some places 2 elements were fitted in a slot. Second one is, there were some elements which did not match with certain elements in the same group. So this is another drawback. One more drawback was, he could arrange only 56 elements. There were 56 elements known at that time. So he could arrange 56 elements, but he did not leave place for the new elements that were to be discovered. He did not leave any space for the new elements that were to be discovered. Not only that, he blindly arranged the elements, keeping the musical note in his mind. So this classification was rejected by Journal of Chemical Society, and Newland was the first person to assign atomic numbers to the elements. That was about Newland and Dauberenian. So that's all for today's class, children. We shall continue in the next class.